Hello guys, welcome to another session. So I hope all of you are doing really good. So the prelims is just over and there were surprises. So in this session, we'll break down the paper trend and we'll look at what all surprises was there and we'll see what are the key takeaways. Of course, one good thing is that whatever we discussed in economy and polity, it came and it definitely helped many aspirants, and I got a lot of messages also regarding the same. If you look at economy classes that we have covered or polity, almost many topics it repeated. Okay, so let's first start with a comparative analysis. Let's see. If you see 2023 paper, it was extremely tough, unpredictable questions, and it was very tough. But when it came to 2024 compared to 2023, it was like moderately tough, and the cutoff was around 87 to 89 for general. So now, if you see 2025, it basically strikes a balance between 23 and 24. So it's easier than 2023 if you compare, but at the same time it's tougher than last year. So many people, if you are asking them, they might not have seen or have taken the 2023 paper. Seeing the paper after the test and taking the test in 2023 is different. So they if you have taken that test, it's slightly easy because you have gone through that scenario. But if you have not taken 2023 test but you have seen it as a previous year question paper, you might feel this as very difficult because 2024 was also very easy. So, see, if you look at economy, it was very highly scoring. But again, if you look at environment, the traditional topics that we normally prepare from the conventional textbook was not there. It demands that current affair mastery. So, some kind of surprises was there. But the good thing is that economy was very easy, polity was very easy for me. It to me like when I asked to many students. Okay, so if we go for a subject-wise breakdown, see, now if you look at history, medieval questions are nearly absent. So that means now, even if you are preparing for next year, now if you are looking at this paper and preparing for next year, you don't want to give any priority or very low priority. That is what we were discussing from this year preparation beginning also. We are not going to focus on medieval. And then if you look at ancient and modern, that basically dominated with 12, 13 questions. So NCERT and the spectrum, that is enough. This is what we were talking about, right? And if you look at ancient, it's around 3, 4 questions. Again, total around 13 questions. Decent number of questions which you got from ancient and modern. And polity, it was mainly focused on static. Some tricky bits were there, 1, 2 conceptual questions like recent amendments was there. Apart from that, Laxmikant and NCERT, if you see, 90% of the syllabus is covered with that. So then again, I don't think that's a big deal. So economy was very easy. Polity is very easy. History also to an extent, it's very good. Geography, even 4 out of 10 questions were direct NCERT questions. Geography, I connected with geography and mapping also. But if you look at mapping, it was slightly time consuming, and then multi-statement analysis and everything is there. So that area, that was slightly difficult. Okay. So slightly difficult, but it's okay. It's just that it's slightly time consuming. And environment, if you look at it, it was a shocker because there was no zero, like, traditional topics was completely present. Like normally you expect questions like species and the parks and everything, but that's not there. So you might have got a surprise there because you otherwise used to mug up that and you get a couple of questions directly from that. So that is no more there. So the focus area was like climate policies, this carbon market, EU nature restoration law, etc. And the sources, like of course down to earth you get, and COP28, like news and everything, right? So you need to have that current affair mastery if you wanted to crack this environment. So that part is slightly a surprising. It was a shocker, and that area was difficult because normally environment tend to be easier and direct for the students. But this year, environment wanted slightly more, current affairs knowledge. Now, economy was the easiest section. Normally, economy was the nightmare of the students. But if you look at my sessions, the videos and the classes with the notes, economy, everything, and you see they're focusing on primary deficit, the calculation is tested, right? The budget and previous year questions from that directly questions are there. So science and technology also, if you see, it was tough, factual, tough. For example, that question related to Nipah virus and all, that it was there in Hindu, June 2024, related to that, monoclonal antibodies. That's there. I also don't know the answer for that because I don't look into these questions, but I have been told from my team that it was related to the article which was there in Hindu. So again, current affairs 2023 to 2025, it's heavy and focus on unconventional news mainly. For example, direct air capture like that. So see, my point is, I told you this is making a balance between 23 and 24. So compared to 23, it is easy. Compared to 24, it is difficult, and that is like a natural evolution only. So for me, it is easy. Normally, this year a paper is there. Next year it is supposed to be tougher. Next year it is supposed to be tougher. So that's the evolution, right? But it's still easier than 2023, which makes it, you can say, especially because you got these questions from economy, history, and polity as easy. Now, what could be the cutoff? So we are looking for 80 to 85 for general category because fewer vacancies, right? And CSAT filter is also there. So 80 to 85 range will be the cutoff. And if you are scoring 80, you should be starting preparation from next day onwards. Don't take break also. Normally we say 1 day, 2 day break, but the kind of competition and the pressure and everything that you have, right? So it's better take a break, 1 day break maximum, and then start preparation, because you should not break that flow. That momentum should continue, that motivation should be there. So I will tell you, I'll suggest you start your optional from day after tomorrow. Okay, and your ethics paper also, and start focusing on essays. If you're scoring 85 plus, definitely you're going to clear. So you have to focus on that, and you need to cross check your answer keys. And then you know otherwise also, see, whether you are not clearing, even if it is less than 80, still you have to give it next year, right? So maybe you take a 1 week break, and then you'll have to come back, and then you start preparing like as if you are going to write the mains. So that should be the level of preparation that we need to have. So by the time these guys who are clearing the prelims, they are writing the mains, you will be writing the mains as a mock test, and then you will again start your prelims. So otherwise, if you take a break now, then the momentum will break, and then it is going to be very difficult for you to come back to the track. So as of now, you have prepared for prelims, let it continue, just prepare for mains irrespective of whether you're going to clear this or not. Okay, so that's better. So see, 2025 this year, environment related, mainly current affair. So that's a mistake that you need to avoid next year. So that's a kind of warning tone, right? So you need to focus more on environment, on all these questions, and ignoring this previous year questions like bricks and then cobalt, like these examples. These are examples that I'm discussing. So see again, CSAT is also a big thing, right? 30% of aspirants mainly fail here, despite they have the strong GS also. So that's something which, again, in case if you are finding it difficult, you have to focus on that. So these are the areas, in case if you're not able to get that 80, 85 mark, you should be focusing on the next year. So again, guys, you might have started, you may not clear this year, but it's not a sprint, just prepared for 1 year and I crack it. It's a marathon. So I just want to remind you this, whether you clear prelims or not, you are here for a long, run. Okay. So this is a marathon. So whether you clear prelims, you'll start preparation for mains. If you are not clearing prelims, and if you are getting even less than 80, you're still preparing for mains. You have not checked the answer key, still you're going to prepare for the mains. That's how it is. So this is a cycle, and this keep repeating till the time you clear. Okay, start your mains preparation now, irrespective of whether you get 80, 85 or whatever it is. So that's all what I want to discuss. Thank you so much. In case if you're looking for any mentorship, or if you're looking for sociology optional classes or mentorship, get in touch with us. So the details are given in the description. I see you there. Thank you so much.